Oh boy, I can't wait to bomb some. Don't wait, no.
I hear my enemies speculate about my motives, my ambitions. Who is Admiral Aiken Bosch? And what is that old scoundrel up to? The tragedy of my life is that I will be remembered as a butcher of innocence. And this assessment is not unfair. I cannot argue with their condemnation or with the verdict of history. The Neo-Terran Front is an army of stupid cattle, driven by their hatreds, their fears and insecurities. Ignorance is the greatest weapon of tyranny, and old wounds open all too easily. I am merely a fool who created a monster I am now powerless to stop. And so I will play my role to the bloody end. I have given the lost generation something to die for. And now my legacy will be crowned with infamy. What my enemies will never understand is that my rebellion is about my love for humanity, not my hatred of Asudans. In the Gamma Draconis system, the destroyers have returned, and soon the Alliance will learn the method behind my madness.
We have received news of an alarming development on the Civil War front. Massing his forces in the regular system, Admiral Bosch outmaneuvered the Colossus and its battle group. Rebel Armada is now en route for the Gamma Draconis system via Polaris, Epsilon Pegasi, and Capella. Their final destination, the Noso subspace portal.
For those of you who have played through Freespace 2 before, you might notice there's something strange about what Bosch is saying, that there is a connection into what he's saying into future events in the game. For those of you that don't know about this, for some strange reason, just keep paying attention and we'll get to it later, when the time comes.
Allied forces destroyed a number of NTF warships as they ran our gauntlet of jump node blockades. However, rebels have sufficient firepower to threaten our positions in Gamma Draconis. The Colossus and its battle group are in close pursuit, neutralizing enemy stragglers. We must hold Gamma Draconis until these reinforcements arrive. Our squadrons will assist with the blockade of the Capella node. As the rebels begin their incursion, our objective will be to inflict as much damage as possible. The second phase will involve a counterstrike against enemy rallying positions. The rebels will gather to coordinate their final attack. We must diminish the NTF's offensive capability before our confrontation at the node. This campaign may prove to be the Admiral's final gambit. Whether or not Bosch reaches the portal, the NTF regime and its domination of Polaris, Regulus, and Sirius are effectively over. Command has disclosed neither the motives behind Bosch's actions nor the consequences should the Admiral succeed. Do know that 18 months of carnage and terror will soon come to an end.
I don't know why this screen is being shown here, because we have not seen these things before and they have not been introduced yet, so okay.
The Aquitaine has just received 4 wings of the new GTB Artemis, the Alliance's next-generation light bomber. The most agile ship of its class, the Artemis will carry the Cyclops torpedo, our modified anti-cruiser warhead. I have reassigned pilots to the 64th Raptors. This squadron will play a bomber and heavy assault role in the upcoming operation.
Okay. And we're part of the 64th Raptors. How convenient.
The Artemis will be armed with the new Prometheus cannon. Our Nebula gas miners have gathered sufficient resources to resume production of the GTW-5 Prometheus S. The S-type is based on the original design of the Prometheus cannon. With high marks for shield and hull damage, the Prometheus was our weapon of choice in the Great War.
And oh boy, am I excited for this one. The Prometheus does tons more damage than the Subok, and it's more efficient with energy, and did I mention that it's better in almost every way compared to the Prometheus R? Either way, now that we have the Prometheus S, this will be pretty much standard for most of the ships that we'll be flying. However, there are some craft that cannot equip it.
This is Commander Beckett, leader of the 64th Raptors Bomber Squadron. At 0457, NTF warships entered the Gamma Draconis system and engaged our blockade. So far, we've taken down the NTC Absalon, the NTC Canaxa, and several troop transports. Admiral Petrarch has called in the 64th to assist. The Vasudans are leading the blockade with the GVD Heditet, a Typhon-class destroyer. The Alliance has also set up a network of 5 Mjolnir RBCs, or remote beam cannons. These unmanned experimental weapon platforms discharge anti-warship beams to complement the defense of a strategic target.
This happens to be a part of that animated diagram, I guess we saw, with Corvette warping out of the jump node and getting zapped by 4 of these things.
The NTF fleet will enter through the Capella jump node. Each warship will then jump to a rallying point within the Gamma Draconis system. In the interval between jumps, they will re-energize their subspace drives. Your role will be to neutralize the warships with your Cyclops torpedoes.
With that in mind, I believe that the best way to do this is to target the engine subsystems of each of the ships that come by, if you cannot destroy them for some reason.
The Iceni has already slipped through our defenses, but we will make every effort to track Bosch down before the rebels rally their forces and attack. According to intelligence, the NTD Uhuru, the NTC Pax, the NTC Liberty, and the NTC Undaunted have entered the subspace node and are heading for the blockade.
That sounds great. Okay. So our objective is to intercept and destroy all NTF warships. Sounds cool. Let's look at our ship selection here. Okay. We have Artemis D.H, the Medusa, Ursa, Zeus, and the Boanerges. We'll stick with the Artemis because even though it has poor maneuverability, it is by far the most maneuverable light bomber that we have. So with that in mind, I'm going to do a similar loadout strategy that I did with Slaying Ravana. However, I'm going to give Hornets to my wingmen, and I'm going to give myself the extra bombs. Okay. Arm them with the Prometheus S, please. Oh, and the Myrmidon can also equip the Prometheus. That's a plus. Let's just give you Hornets. We can't use harpoons with this, unfortunately. So with that, everything's set. Beta Wing has Prometheus and Hornets. Gamma has bombs and the Prometheus, and Alpha has the Prometheus. Okay, everything is set. Good. All we need to do now is start the missile and see how things end up. See you next time.